Hello YouTube, and this is Industrial Evolution's representative, and I am here today giving you another deck profile, a playable one, or at least for now. So recently the November ban list came out, and a lot of stuff got hit, and it's pretty much no longer playable, and it gives a lot of the smaller decks, the ones under the meta that weren't really that good, room to breathe and room to come up and actually try to show themselves. Besides from the fact of the practically the new meta, which is Magus Specters and Cosmos. I don't know other than those two, Perform Mages and stuff like that. But let's get into it. As you can see, I have my FRIGHTFUR and FLUFFAL deck here, and I love this deck so much, and it's grown to be one of my favorites. So we have here our main deck, and we will get started right away. With this, I found out it's extremely good now. Like recently, FLUFFALs and FRIGHTFURs, they topped at a regionals, or a couple actually. This deck's actually getting really big now. Well, in my opinion, I think maybe it's just because I'm researching it, but yeah. So it actually has some extreme OTK potential, and extreme plus potential. Like, you could first turn, you get 6 cards in your hand and 4 monsters on the field. Like, I've done it before. So let's begin. FLUFFAL Dog. So this is going to be starting with the monsters. You have 3 FLUFFAL Dog. You're definitely going to need this. This is pretty much your go-to all search. A lot of cards like Mistake and like Mistaken Arrest and all that stuff will probably, they hurt most of the stack and stuff like that, but there's ways to get around it, and I'll show you. So there's 3 FLUFFAL Dog, 3 FLUFFAL Owl. When they get an Nocturia Beast on the field, or something that negates spells, anti-spell fragrance or anything else like that, it is a little bit of a damper, but I just realized how amazing this card is. Because not only that, you can add Polymerization to your hand when it's summoned, or you can use this effect to pay 5 and then fusion summon. So it's a lot better when you get hit with one of those floodgates. So 3 Bear, definitely you're going to need 3 of these. Gets out your Toy Vendor, Tribute from the field to add Polymerization to your hand just in case. I don't really use that effect that often, but still a really, really nice card. This is like, if you don't have Toy Vendor, it's pretty much like 6 Toy Vendors in your deck. This is your Toy Vendor. Really nice. 2 FLUFFAL Wings. Now, the reason why I set 2, you probably already know of the draw power that this brings, but pretty much you plus 4 with this card. Not only do you for one, it's not really 100% necessary. It is the add power, but it has to be engraved for that to happen. So it does counter the FLUFFAL monster, though, so that is still, every card in this deck is useful to the 100% of degree, like what I put it in. And, yeah, FLUFFAL Wings is the exception to that, where it, double pluses and everything. You have this, you Toy Vendor on the field, you have to be controlling Toy Vendor, and usually nobody hits Toy Vendor with any card effect, because they know I'm going to plus anyways, because it tends to survive on the field long enough. You can just use Toy Vendor effect, discard FLUFFAL Wings, draw. If it's a FLUFFAL monster, you get a special. Then after that, you get to pretty much add if it's anything man. I'll actually have to explain this later. Yeah, I might actually do a duel with this later on. So there's your 2 FLUFFAL Wings. Enough of those. 3 Mouse. Now, definitely, if you have Mouse in hand, or you get Mouse off of Toy Vendor, it's pretty much game. If you have Scissors and Poly and Fusion and FRIGHTFUR Fusion, those 4 cards are like the ultimate combo. You just pretty much go Tiger, destroy their whole field, and then you go into Wolf and attack for a game. So, yeah, that's the big OTK right there. That's pretty much a big factor of yeah, that's enough for those FLUFFAL monsters. Now we're gonna go into the Egg Imp Sabers. Really nice, or Sabres, or whatever you like to call them, or Scissors. Really nice. Definitely you want to run 3 of these. This is pretty much get into your Tiger, your Wolf, your Sabertooth. We'll get into that later, but there they are. You definitely need these. And what also is another thing that people have not recognized about this is you can, if it exists in your graveyard, you can top deck it, or not top deck it, but top deck any card, preferably a FLUFFAL monster. Then you can discard, draw off of Toy Vendor, and then you special summon that FLUFFAL monster, and then the pluses just go. And this card gets special summoned in the very end. Good, 3 of those. Want to run 3 of them. Egg Imp Chain, another 3 of. You definitely need this, because brings any FRIGHTFUR card or spell? Spiller Trap, I think it says card. Yes, card. Okay, so that's really good. Just in case you wanted to run FRIGHTFUR DT Madoki, or sorry, fake FRIGHTFUR or whatever it's called. But yeah, just in case you wanted that to happen. Yeah. But this is pretty much get your fusion or your FRIGHTFUR counter trap, FRIGHTFUR March to your hand. And this is just the icing on top of the cake, or this is just the thing you need sometimes. Really good hand and field effects. So the reason why I'm running this at 1, there is one in the extra deck, but it's not oftentimes you just go into Leo, into FRIGHTFUR Leo, because if you go into that, it has an okay attack. It'll be better with all the other FRIGHTFURs on the field that boost attack, but Saws just isn't really that necessary. I don't know. I usually put it in and out, switching it with either the counter trap or whatnot, because it still has a pretty good effect when it's normal summoned. And then you can place a card on the top or bottom of your deck and then recycle it again with Toy Vendor. So it's really nice. Just in case you do want to get Leo out and, you know. Now, spells. Your triple FRIGHTFUR Fusion, definitely, you need these. Really good card, it's like a Miracle Fusion. This is like, I don't know, I personally think this is better than Shit All Fusion, like, just way good, way good, way good. Also in combo with Factory. Your 3 polymerizations. Now, you're probably wondering, 3? Actually, you probably already know, but Fusion Substitute does count as polymerization. So if you were wanting 3 polymerizations and this in a deck, that is wrong. You're going to want to run 2 of these and 1 of these, because this does say, ooh, I guess I lost that. This does say, it does count as polymerization. So, yeah, this game's always treated as polymerization. So you're running your 3 copies already with that. But still, like, this is the stuff you need. You need this for your combos in the hand, put them on the field, then your monsters in the grave, and then you FRIGHTFUR Fusion and bring out 2 or 3 more monsters from the extra deck. Really nice. Toy Vendor. Loving this card already because of its beautiful, shiny shadow foil from the Star Pack 15. Really nice. 3 of them. You're going to want to run that because not only does it have an amazing discard draw effect, but it also has the amazing effect to, when it gets sent to the graveyard period, you get add. So you will be plussing no matter what, unless the opponent has a Beast Dweller on the field, and then that's a different story, but there they are. Yeah. I believe it says you can special summon 1 monster. Yeah, so if you do draw a FLUFFAL monster, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. So it doesn't have to be a FLUFFAL monster. So oftentimes, like, if I'm in a matchup and I, like, you can, it actually is, it works out a lot in the very end, because if you want to side in, like, monsters like Chaos Hunter, that's like, it's a candid card. People don't really use that often, but You discard that, you draw your FLUFFAL monster, you get a special summon. You're going to special summon your Chaos Hunter, your opponent can't banish cards. That's like really powerful. There you go. There's Toy Vendor for you. Now for the FRIGHTFUR Factories. Really, really good card. So, oftentimes I found myself, like, I have nothing but this in my hand. I'm like, oh. And then I just realized that this acts as an additional polymerization. Not only that, but this pretty much gets your combos round. So, you have this Egg Chimp Scissors and Egg Chimp, or FLUFFAL Mouse. So you summon FLUFFAL Mouse, use its beautiful effect to special summon 2 more FLUFFAL Mouse. But you don't have polymerization. Do this, you have tons of polymerizations in your graveyard, or cards that say Fusion or polymerization in your graveyard, or FRIGHTFUR Fusion. I preferably do FRIGHTFUR Fusion. So you banish your FRIGHTFUR Fusion. This is treated as a polymerization, and it fuses your monsters together. Then you go into Tiger, or any other card you need that uses pretty much whatever materials you want. But I would go into Tiger. Tiger would pop this, destroying this, bringing your FRIGHTFUR Fusion back from the banished zone that you just banished using this effect to your hand, and then you activate it again for Wolf, and then you have your OTK combo right there. So it's really nice again. This card is definitely a 3 or 2. It depends on if you're really comfortable with this. I personally I feel like this deck was like perfectly built to go around. Now for the staples, pretty much of the two MST. There, I used to run double Cyclone, but I decided that I really wanted to keep my toy vendors on the field. So if I do still have it in my side deck, double Cyclones, but that's like just as an emergency, like if someone's running an extreme mash of spell and trap cards that I have to destroy, they're stopping me. So Mystical Space Typhoons, obviously you need them. I do have a third one in the extra or the side deck, just in case. So there's those. You do have a Tiger again to pop. So Dark Hole, one of them. Sometimes I side this out again, as I said, for the Saw. So Fusion Reserve. Actually, it's a really good card. I used to run it at 2 before. You know, Wings was a thing, but running it at 1's safe because it's a little slow, but you do get a plus 3, because not only do you get to, so you polymerization, you add your fusion material, and then not only that, but you have this in your graveyard for FRIGHTFUR Factory banish fodder. So there's that for you. Your vanities. Obviously, just to stun your opponent. Self-explanatory right there. FRIGHTFUR March. Really broken trap card. Your opponent targets any of your FRIGHTFUR monsters. You get to instantly special summon your big guys. Either the really hard, insane one to get out, or the one that special summons one from the graveyard. Or from your graveyard when it's summoned. We'll get into that in just 2 seconds here, but pretty much, yeah, you just look at that. Look at them marching along, being all cute. Being all cutesy. I just love this deck. This is like the 5 Nights at FRIGHTFUR, all this funny stuff. So, there you go. So I'm surprised it wasn't at least a rare or a super. I think this is an amazing card. Should, in my mind, all cards that I love should be an ultimate rare. Okay. There's that for you. That was the main deck. I will do a test draw with that in a little bit, but now to go with the extra deck, or let's go with the side deck first. So side deck, you have Leo. Just in case they have Denko or whatever it is, can't think of it. Thunder King, yeah, Denko or Thunder King Ryu. Get this out. You attack, and it gets over them, becomes 21 until the end of your damage step. Or the end of the battle phase, wow. Okay. So I guess to get over those monsters that are part Floodgate, part Stall. There's that second Egg Chimp Saw I was talking about. Your 3, not Galaxies, double Cyclones. Gets to be on the safe side. Dark Fusions. Now, also another thing, if you're afraid of your opponent targeting your monsters with spell and traps, you should feel safe enough with your 3 FRIGHTFUR March, but Dark Fusion is another thing. It's not really like, sometimes you may want to replace your polymerization with one of these, and one of your FRIGHTFUR Marches with one of these, because this just pretty much prevents your monster from being targeted by any effects when it's summoned. Your fusion monster, at least. I did have Ultras, but I didn't really find the significance in them until later. So, that's just in case you're afraid of the effects occurring that target your monster after it's summoned. So, there you go. Your MST, your second Fusion Reserve for your, just in case, you know. Now, this is not a 15 card extra deck, as you can tell. For some reason, I always get like 50 pack sleeves, and it's not really fun, because then I'm going to have to search for other sleeves and then sleeve and re-sleeve. Not fun. But, Skill Prisoner, another card that's really good. I just threw these in like 2 seconds ago, because these were just 2 sleeves lying around. I needed to find a better side, and I'm probably going to improve my side deck after this. But, Skill Prisoner, again, I explained it in the last video. Really good card. In my opinion, prevents monsters from being targeted, or your monsters from being targeted, or actually any card you control from being targeted by monster card effects that your opponent controls. So, they get Baxi out, Chain, Skill Prisoner. What are they gonna do now? They get freaking, like, to be completely honest, this is actually a really nice card, and I might find a way to fit it in. But anything that really targets some Infernoid monsters, you know, there's that for you. Now for the amazing, beautiful extra deck. You have your FRIGHTFUR Sabertooth, brand new, straight out of Dimension of Chaos. Nobody wanted them, so I instantly got a playset. Everybody was too interested in Dark Destroyers and stuff like that, and my Straw Man. Obviously, these are worth virtually nothing now. They were at 12 when it first came out, and now they're, I think, 4 or 5. But still really nice. Good effect. You can get it prevented from being destroyed by battle of card effects by using 3 materials. Because oftentimes, you know, I found myself like with a tiger engrave, a freaking wolf, or a sheep engrave, just sitting there chilling. I couldn't do anything really with it. I had that and like an Agent monster, and I couldn't do anything. And I had a FRIGHTFUR Fusion in my hand, and this is the answer. Like literally, like this is the answer, because you do that, you banish them, bring this guy out, or you just polymerize your 2 monsters that don't really do much, and bring this out. Special summon. Again, this says special summon. A FRIGHTFUR monster from your graveyard, which is really nice. Unfortunately, you can't do wolf, because it says, yeah, you can't special summon this card any other ways. So, but yeah, perfect. Also, with your combo to special summon with March, brings this out again to get that awesome rebuttal play in, pretty much hurting your opponent for trying to target your cards. Then again, you do have to tribute off one of them, but it doesn't really matter, because he gets tribute off your tiger that got targeted. Boom, boom, and you have them on the field. 2 tiger. Now, I wanted 3, but they became a little expensive for some reason. So, the 2's okay for now. I think 2 is a decent number in this deck. Yeah. Again, everybody knows what tiger does. The word's been spreading. Tiger destroys anything up to its fusion materials, and then boosts the monster's attack equal to the number of FLUFFAL or FRIGHTFUR monsters you have on the field times 300. Really nice. This guy also boosts by 400. So if you have this, and then another monster like Wolf, it's pretty much game. Like your opponent can't do anything. If you destroy their entire back row, this card's unaffected by spell, or not unaffected, but can't be destroyed by card effects. And then you have Wolf that attacks 4, 5, 6 times. It's game over. Now, Chimera, I'm running at 1 because it really isn't extremely necessary in the deck. But it does see play. Like, you're afraid of opponent's Mirror Force, they targeted your card, you want to think twice before you special summon this guy and go into this guy. Now, you could do the same thing and make it prevented from destruction, but nowadays they have like Storming Mirror Force and all the other funny stuff, and you really want to prevent your opponent from activating anything during the battle phase. And that's when sheep goes in. Oh, wait. I actually have 2. So 2 of them. Just in case one of them gets bottomless or something. Your 2 bear.